Hello friends, welcome to the Kabil Bano program. This is the lesson 3 Microsoft Excel. In this video we are going to look at the different tools that are there on the home page, right? So, okay, fine. First of all, just focus on this one rectangular sheet, rectangular shape here. You can see the boundaries of this rectangular shape here. This is called a cell. Each rectangle is called a cell, right? Even this is a cell, fine. So this cell has two major properties. The first property is that if you just click on this and just concentrate on this here, this is called a name box. Now the name box has two letters. The first is C and the second is 4. If you click on this, you get C4. So just click on this and you would get A1, right? So this suggests that this particular cell has a number or a name which is A1. It has a name which is called A1. So A is the column and 1 is the row number. So for example, if in this particular cell, if we type, let's say Sandeep, so Sandeep is located in a cell which has the coordinates with the column B and the row 4. So it is very easy to locate the text Sandeep in the entire Excel sheet. So for example, if I say that Sandeep should be there in C7, so how should it be? C7. So first of all, go to C and then come to 7. So this is where it should be written. And suppose, for example, you want to know what cell number or what cell name is this. You can immediately either look for this particular thing, which is where the L letter is highlighted, and also along the rows you can go to 8, where this is highlighted. So this gives an easy indication. Or you can just go to this name box here on the left hand corner here, and it will give you L8, wherein you can easily figure out that okay, this cell number is L8. Fine. So first thing is this. So these are rows here from A. It goes on. So you can have many columns, and if you want, you can also have n number of rows. I mean, unimaginable number of rows. So you can work with very large number of data here. Let's look at some data sets. So for example, let's say that we are working with a data set which will give us information about the list of cities and the list of colleges. Fine. So let's say city. We have college. Let's say we will also say that we want to include the name of the principal of that college. We will also include name of the student here, because then we would be able to make a lot of charts as well. So we say that aggregate percentage of the students in percentage terms, right? So this is the this is the data that we are planning to have. So let's look at one example. Mumbai. We have B.R. Harne College, Bangini. Name of the students can be Saurabh Gupta. Let's say he has got 75%. Fine. Let's look at Kolhapur. Let's say we have Ashok Rao Mane group of institutions. Let's say we have Nidhi Ingle, right? Let's say she has got about 80%. Let's say in Kolhapur we have another university called Shivaji University, the Department of Technology. Let's say we have Shubham Kamble. He has got, let's say, 72. Fine. Similarly, in Satara, we have Karmveer Dhaurao Patil College of Engineering. Here, we have Ketan Parekh, right? He has got, let's say, 81%, right? He has got 81%. So we clearly have cities, we clearly have college names, the names of the students, and the percentage marks. So we have got this particular thing. Okay. Now let's look at each of these individual, functions here under the home toolbox. First of all, we have paste, which is simple copy and paste. For example, if you want to, let's say, copy and paste this particular figure, let's say it is 0.75, let's say it is 75% expressed in 0.75. Now I want to copy this onto a different cell here. If I just simply copy and paste, what I can do also is I can simply paste the values like this, or if there is a formula, I can just copy the formula. If there is a formula number formatting, I can also do that. If there is a source formatting, I can do that. If I don't want any borders, I can do that. I can simply copy and paste values. For example, I've copied and pasted values here. Fine. Now let's say that if I want to, I'll just show you an example here. So let's say I have summed up this particular thing. Fine. I have summed up this particular thing here. So this is 233.75. Fine. Now if I just want to copy and paste this here, what I can do is I can just copy and paste values, or I can just copy and paste formula and number formatting. I can copy and paste values and number formatting. Fine. So I can mix and match. So the benefit about using paste here is you can actually use a lot of, once you copy this, you can use a lot of these paste options, right? So you have paste special as well. So these are paste special values. You can also include values. If you just want, you can include values as well. If you want, you can transpose as well. So let's look at this. You can transpose as well. For example, all your cities would appear as I'll show you this separately, but the thing is that you can use a lot of these particular functions and features here using paste as well. Fine. Copy, cut, paste, simple things. Fine. Let's show, for example, let's just show this particular feature first, and then I'll go to Format Painter. So the font type is Calibri. You can see here. You can change the font size by clicking on this. Fine. It's very, very simple. Let's say you have Arial here. Fine. You have Calibri here. You have Calibri here. You have Calibri here. Fine. Let's say that this is 12. Let's say this is 16. Fine. So you see that there are different fonts, font types and font sizes here. If you want to have a similar font type and font size with the help of just one button, how will you do that? For example, if you want everything to have the same font size as that of Hernay College, which is Calibri and 11, what you will do is you can either select all, put Calibri and then 11, or you can just click on Hernay College, click on Format Painter once, and once you click on that, if you move the cursor away from that, it will appear something like this. Then you can just select the area and it will automatically be in the same particular format. So this is how Format Painter is used. All of you will remember clearly from the earlier videos how I have used the Format Painter. The similar things in Excel, Word and PowerPoint exist. So let's say that we want, these are bold, this is bold feature, wherein you can make anything bold. The shortcut is Control plus B. If you want something in italics, it is Control plus I. If you want something to underline, it is Control plus U, the letter U. Fine. And Control Z, with Control Z you can do that. You can undo that. Or with let's say we have made it bold by Control B. If you press Control B again, the bold feature will be removed from this. So this is very very simple, right? Now the other interesting thing is with the borders. So this is, see, always remember that this is a table. With Excel sheets, you're getting a table, fine. So what we can do is we can add a border here. We can make a border. How you can do that? This is a very simple thing. Just click on this. If you want, you can have a bottom border which will appear like this. You will see the line here. If you want, you can have top border. You have a line here, but there's no other line anywhere else. If you want, you can have left border, right border, no border. You can have all borders. You can see the all borders here. If you want, you can have thick outside border. Fine, you can see the thick outside border. If you want, you can have thin inside border as well, or thin inside border. So see, there are lots of other features. For example, bottom double order, thick bottom border. You can also draw your own borders. So it depends upon you. See, ultimately, this is your own creativity. Whatever you want, you can just do that. Fine. Then we have the fill feature. So you can fill in any color in the cell. For example, just select this particular these cells, this row, and we can fill in, let's say, green color. So this will highlight it, indicating that these are headlines, right? You can insert, you can change the color of the font as well by clicking on this font color. This is the font color, fine. So let's say I've changed it to blue. If you want to change it to red, you can change it to red by clicking on this, fine. See, ultimately the thing is that most of these features are very, very common. Let's look at this feature, which is you can increase the font size by just clicking on this once. So it has increased to 12, see, and it has directly increased to 14. You don't need to click on this and then manually change it. It will change by standard, standard quantitative. It will change by standard quantum figure, by 1 or by 2. Fine. So this is how it is done. So let's look at alignment very, very quickly. Alignment is very useful. It makes the it makes the text quite attractive. So for example, if I want all of this to be to the middle of the cell, so this on the top of this alignment, you will see that the text will be aligned either to the top or to the bottom or to the middle of this particular cell. So this is the middle of the cell, whereas this is the top of the cell. This is the bottom of the cell. So this will be much more clear if I just increase the width of this particular cell. So now you can see that everything is in the bottom. So if I move it to the middle, this is how it will appear, right? If I sorry, so if I move it, so if I move it to the top. So by the way, you can select all these cells by just clicking on Shift, and then you can press the directions arrow. For example, if you want to select college, name of student in this direction, the right hand side direction, click on Shift and then press the right hand side arrow here, right? The direction arrow. So you can choose any direction that you want. Fine. So let's say we put it on the top, and we can just double click on this, and this will automatically fit the shape. The cells will take the shape of how much the text is there, and it will automatically be fixed according to the width which is required for this particular cell. So this is the alignment in the direction top, middle, and bottom. This bottom alignment thing is for the left, right, and center. So for example, Mumbai, Harne College, and Saurabh Gupta, and 75. Currently, this is the left, so the values are aligned to the left of the cell. If you click on middle, the values will be aligned to the right to the middle of the cell, and similarly to the right of the cell. Right. So this is how the alignment is done. So this is useful because this is useful whenever you have to present your data. This data will look much more fantastic. Just imagine that this is in right, this is in middle, this is in let's say right, this is in left. If I have this in middle, the alignment is not looking good, right? So many people will not find this attractive enough. So for example, if I have everything in the middle, then it still makes a lot of visual appeal. It makes sense that yes, everything is aligned according to everything is aligned in one direction. So it looks much more appealing, right? So this is the entire concept of alignment. You can also align the text clockwise or angle clockwise. So you can have all of these features. Normally we should not do this, right, until unless we have an extreme need. Doesn't make any sense, right? So you can do this as well. If you want, you can decrease the indent. You can move your content closer to the cell border. Just click on this. Just click on this. It is already very close, so it will not be any closer right now. It is already very close to the border, right? So this is not of that much importance for you right now. Now what is important is you can wrap your text. Fine. So for example, let's say there is, can you see the entire thing, name of the student here in this particular cell? No. Fine. But what we can do is we can wrap the text here, and then the size of the cell, the width of the cell will increase, and you will see the name of the student in the entire cell here. This is the benefit of wrap the text. If you click on this, it will move. It will be in the original position again. So if you have some, let's say 10 cells, and you want the content in that particular cell to be visible to all the students, you can use the wrap text feature here. Fine. Similarly for this, if you want, you can use the wrap text feature, and everything will be wrapped up like this. Now let's imagine that we want, let's say that this is college and student name. This is not a perfect example. Let's insert a row. You just have to move your cursor here, select, and right click and insert. Click on insert. So let's give this entire thing one category. So let's say that this category is student category. Fine. So we have the data for student category. We can also have a data for companies category, right? So student category. So how many columns are there? 4 columns. We want this to be shifted to the center. We want all the cells to merge. So we will say merge and center. So this is how it will appear. So this is the topmost headline, which will say student category. This is student category. You have city, college, etc. So what we have done is we have merged all the 4 columns together, so that it looks like a single column, and the student category appears in the middle. So this appears in the center. We can also merge cells, merge across. We can also unmerge the cells. So if you want, you can break the cells again, right? So this is also possible. Fine. So this, I wanted to show you this. Fine. Okay. Now let's look at the number format. So this is the formatting. By the way, most of these features you would be seeing again in insert, formulas, data, review. But still, home bar is one of the most all the essential features of Excel are covered here. Almost all the essential features. So so this is really good. So let me just show you this particular thing. So for example, this is in a general format. So this is a number 233.75. This is a general format. What you can do is you can increase it to, let's say you can have a currency format as well, wherein automatically there will be a currency which will be reflected. If you want, you can have Chinese, you can have French. So you just need to click here. You don't need to type anything manually. Fine. So let's again go back to the general number thing. When you have the general number thing, see, this is in number format. So for example, if you have 0.7554, this is a number, right? If you want to convert this into a percentage format, just click on this cell and then click on percentage. It will be 75%. If you want, you can increase the number of decimal places. For example, this is 75.4%. Correct to 2 decimal places, correct to 3 decimal places. If you want, you can decrease the decimals here. Similarly, if you want, you can decrease the decimals here. Fine? You can decrease the decimals. You can increase the decimals as well if you want. Fine? So these are shortcut methods. This is a comma style. I mean, comma style, you don't need it at this point of time. I mean, you do not need such kind of details here. So let's look at conditional formatting. Conditional formatting will be taken in some other topic. Uh, it is not needed for the students right now. It's not that very urgent. It's not that very essential. You look at it in some other video. Let's look at format as a table. So for example, this is a table, right? This is a table. Now, what I want to do is I want to format this table, and automatically you would be getting a lot of templates readily available. So for example, let's say that I click on this, fine. It will automatically be, see, it has automatically gone. It has automatically taken up the formatting of that particular table, right? So entire table can be formatted in this particular category. So if you want, you can change the formatting as you want, right? If you want, you can change the formatting automatically. So the best part about using templates is that you don't need to change by clicking on each of these individually. If you like the template, you can change it automatically, right? So this is the manual thing that I've done here. Instead of the manual thing, you can just copy, you can just select the entire area which you want to change, and you can select any particular table style. It will automatically get reflected, fine. You can see the difference here. So this is how you can format as a table, fine. Cell styles, see, again, you can have different cell styles. For example, let's click on one particular cell. You can have this particular cell style. If you click on this, you can have this particular cell style. So it depends on you. You don't need to go to Calibri 11. You don't need to go on, font color. Again, you don't need to go on font color or fill color again. You don't need to do that. Automatically, it will be done. Fine. There are other features like insert. So you can insert more cells and columns. I'll show you some simple methods. So for example, if you want to insert any row above this particular row, which is the sixth row, how will you do this? Just click on sixth row so that this arrow appears here for the entire row, right? For the entire row, the arrow will appear. How will it appear? If you move your cursor to the left hand portion of this particular row, if you just hover on 6, it will automatically show you. It will automatically, and if you have to click on that. So let's just look at this again. So you have to move your cursor to the left hand portion, hover on 6. Once the arrow figure appears, you have to click on that. Once you click on that, the entire row has been selected. Once it has been selected, you can click on right click. Once you insert right click, you can click on insert, and a row will be inserted above this. If you want to if you want to insert a row below Kolhapur and above Satara, what you need to do is you have to click on Satara, and then you'll have to click on insert. So this is how you can insert. How you can delete this? By clicking on 8, the entire row is selected. You can right click and you can delete it. Fine. Similarly, you can delete this row. Now, how can you insert columns? So for example, just you want to insert a column to the left, right? So to the between A and B, just click on column B, the topmost portion. You just have to select, click on B, and then select the entire column, and then you insert. So this is how the column will be inserted here. You can delete the column by clicking here and then deleting the columns here, right? So you can do some more things. You can do, let's say, you can hide this column B. For example, column A, column C, and column D are important for you. You don't need the college. So what you can do is you can hide. You can just you can select the entire column here. You can right click and then you can hide the column. So although it is A, C, and D, do you notice these two lines here? These two lines indicate that something is hidden. So column B is hidden. So what you can do is you have to select both the rows here, both the columns here, and then after selecting both the columns here, you have to select unhide. Fine. In this way, the column B will appear again. So this is the feature of insert, delete, and let's say hide, unhide features. Now let's say you have this auto sum. Fine. So you are inserting formulas directly. Fine. Let's say you click here and then you insert auto sum. As soon as you have inserted auto sum, you can just select by dragging and dropping. You can select and you can just press enter. This is very easy. Similarly, you can have other formulas like sum, average, count numbers. For example, if you want to count the numbers, how many numbers are here? We know that there are four numbers, right? But let's say if there are many other numbers, what do we need to do? We need to click on count numbers, or there's a better method. If you just select these four numbers, what you will find is you will find the count 4, you'll find the sum 233.75. I will show you some of these basic formulas when we are into formula section here, but clearly this is a home tool. You don't need to be aware of the formulas at this point in time. I'll cover this topic separately in the formulas video. There's another thing called sort and filter and find and select. I would not use this right now because this would again be covered in data. So this is all that is there for the home page. See, the home page has some important sections like font size, font color, wrapping up text, merging and making it center, some cell styles, format painter. So basically, these text and features are very common as compared to Microsoft Word and PowerPoint that you have already seen. There's nothing there's nothing too magical that is there on the homepage right now. So we will look at insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, and view in our subsequent videos. If you have any doubts and queries, you can reach out to me, sandeep.sharma@kabilbono.com or sheetal.pillai@kabilbono.com. You can reach out to us. You can also post a comment on Schoology platform. You can send me an email as well. Call me as well. So thank you so much for listening to this video.